Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Clearly Ambiguous. What are we talking about today? Well, we are talking about our favorite newsmaker because he has been making some news. And why do I call him the favorite newsmaker? Because President Trump now believes that if he is not in the news, he needs to make some news so that he stays in news, so that he, the narcissistic personality he is, he needs to hear that about himself. So what are we talking about? Today what we are talking about is this West Asia war, that the 12-day war, as President Trump is calling it, has ended. And he is responsible for signing the truce, right? Or the ceasefire, as he says. Now, President Trump has been trying to do that for a while because, if one of his first promises that he has made is that as soon as he comes into office, the first thing he'll probably do is end the Ukraine-Russian war, and which has not happened till now, and I don't know why. He has had limited success over there because he claims that he has all the cards close to his chest. But then again, let's come back to the 12-day war that he has claimed that he has ended. Interestingly enough, he was pretty angry with Israel that after the ceasefire was achieved, Israel still retaliated and bombed few targets in Iran. At the same point of time, Iran is claiming victory, that they were able to give a befitting reply to the United States and Israel at the same point of time. Israel seems to claim that they have achieved everything they wanted to, and United States is claiming that they have obliterated the Iranian nuclear arms program, so to speak. They have essentially bombed three main nuclear sites in Iran. First of all, there are a lot of nuclear sites. That's astonishing, the amount of nuclear sites Iran has been able to build over a period of time. I wonder, how this happens, because see, why is United States going after one gentleman's nuclear ambitions, while at the same point of time, the Americans were not able to do anything with the favorite rocket man, as Donald Trump calls him, the North Korean president, right? They have, and I think they threaten United States more often with nuclear weapons than probably Iranians have. But anyways, if it's justified, they should probably not have a nuclear bomb. Well, everybody says that, and yes, Donald Trump is saying that he has been able to achieve that. And we have to believe, because, if anybody else says that they have achieved something, they have to be asked questions. I don't wonder why President Trump is not being asked any questions. Well, in fact, there have been a couple of intelligence leaks which have been coming fast and thick from within United States. First, he dismissed his own intelligence boss, Tulsi Gabbard, because she doesn't know. Why? Because she ended up suggesting that Iranians probably did not have a nuclear weapons program to begin with. And Trump didn't like that, because obviously if that were true, then it became something similar to what happened in the Bush era when they went against Iraq with regards to weapons of mass destruction, or WMDs as they would like to call it. And if Iran does not have these nuclear bombs, so to speak, why is the United States bombing them? Another thing, I don't know whether people noticed or not, that President Trump was claiming that they have complete air superiority over Iran. And if they had complete air superiority, my question to them is, then why were you going through this big charade of taking the B-2s from one side of the globe to the other, and then at the same point of time going from the other side, and at the same point of time suggesting that you will probably do it, not do it, you will probably wait for 2 weeks, so on and so forth. And you made Prime Minister Netanyahu rush to the United States to tell you that, if you have to attack, then now is the time to go. Why were you doing this? You had complete air superiority over Iran. You could have probably flown over them from any way, which way that you wanted, right? Why go through the charade of inviting the Pakistani army chief and trying to get these leaks out there that Pakistani air bases might be used, or probably you are using Pakistani air bases and you do not want to say it, and that is probably the reason why President Trump keeps saying this, and he said it about 16, 17 times, and he's hoping, because he's learned this trick from the liberal leftist media that he keeps abusing so much, that a leaf out of their book, that if you say it enough times, it just might be true, right? Because people always like, he said it so many times, it just might be true. Well, is that, you always wonder what is going on with this man. But he, essentially what he has done is that in his desire to receive, and just humor me here, right? A lot of people say a lot of things. Even I'm entitled to say something, right? So just humor me here. So what has he done? He tried to get ceasefire going, right? Unfortunately, that fiasco that he did with President Zelensky, I don't like that Zelensky chap a lot, but then again, come on. He was able to hold on his own against President Trump. And as in that case as well, President Trump claimed that he was victorious and President Zelensky was claiming that he was victorious. Then he, of course, commented on the India-Pakistan conflict, and he was not guaranteed the satisfaction of stopping nuclear war there. So he goes ahead and jumps into the Israel-Iranian conflict, does whatever he does, and now he's claiming that he has basically ended the 12-day war, and he has gotten an endorsement for his Nobel Peace Prize, because nobody is doing it, and I feel for the man. So he has probably gone ahead and found the worst out of the lot. He's found a military chief of a country which uses terrorism as state policy to endorse the application for the Nobel Peace Prize. Trust me, it's, you might think it's fiction. No, it's not fiction. This is happening, right? And he has gone ahead and done that. But would that ensure that he gets the Nobel Prize? Well, two things can happen. If he does get the Nobel Prize, he will be able to thump his chest rest of the time to rest of the world for the rest of the time he has on this planet, that, see, I got the Nobel I was the great peacemaker. Right, so he'll be able to satisfy his ego that, because Obama got it, I have also gotten it. So there's nothing great that Obama could do, right? Obama is not a greater man than I am. Well, I don't give too much credit to President Obama as well. But then again, it's hilarious to watch President Trump. And if he does not get it, he's always going to say, look, I told you so. You only give it to liberals, and I ain't liberal enough, so on and so forth. And he seems to be signing these deals, that he keeps signing these deals, and everybody is signing his deals. And, I think I'm going to make a separate video on what this deals things is. But if you look at it, when the United States did enter the campaign, what were the other things that happened? When the United States did enter the campaign, there was China who responded and said that, probably we'll also enter this. And at the same point of time, Russia also hinted possibilities. And if you look at it, that President Trump has actually backtracked on the fact that he does not want a regime change. While they were talking about regime change for better part of the last 1 month, what has suddenly happened? Why do you want this regime not changed? I think a couple of things have happened. It works for the American deep state, couple of places. Like, it worked for them in Bangladesh. They were able to do a regime change operation in Bangladesh, which, as everybody saw how it unfolded, and they were able to install a puppet, so to speak, over there, who basically does not have any idea how to run a country. And he was supposed to be a caretaker, and now he's continuing on and on. So Well, and probably that's something that the United States thought that they could do with Iran, and they were not banking on the fact. They were probably thinking that all the Iranian expats, as they have very strong views against the Iranian regime, oppressive Iranian regime, and then there have been protests from. See, what happens is that what does war do? Even in our country, when war is thrust upon you, and you are able to, and your government is able to establish that the war has been thrust upon you, you will see people unite behind the very people that they would like out of power. So that is what has happened. If you look at the amount of Iranian nationalism which has come forth after this entire conflict, that has probably made United States reassess its thinking that it would not be that easy, and they probably do not have the stomach for putting boots on the ground as they did in Iraq or Afghanistan. And at the same point of time, I think there is certain amount of realization within United States and power circles in United States is the fact that the rest of the world now sees through this thing that they use as state policy, from all the way from Latin America to the Middle East to even Far East, so on and so forth. So yeah, that is probably the reason why Trump has backtracked on the fact that he wanted a regime change. He is able to just manage whatever little success he has gotten out of it, and wants to just lower his head and say enjoy while it lasts and go on, because obviously there is much happening within the United States. And if he keeps going on like this, if you look at the recent news that has been coming from New York, I think the Trump does not need to, the liberal Democrats do not even need to campaign for themselves anymore, because they will just have President Trump win the elections for them. Right? Because they just have to go to their people and say, see what a mockery of international policy he's making. So, probably that's the reason why he's softened a bit and he's gone back to United States. And it's so heartening to see President Trump stand in a press briefing and talk about the matters happening within his own country, instead of just, talking about the rest of the world. And what does the rest of the world think about it? I think the rest of the world has realized that they have a very cynical view of President Trump. And I think most of the world is right now looking at him and saying, oh wow, what a pig's breakfast that you're making out of everything. Anyways, that is what I wanted to talk about in today's episode. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please hit the like button. Please mention what you think about this in the comment section. Almost all comments are welcome. And thanks for watching. Until next time, you take care of yourself. Bye for now.